Hey, how's it going? So today, wanted to talk about audio interfaces, and if you actually need one as if you're an amateur musician, producer, whatever you want to call it. So I've been playing around with this stuff for a couple of years here, and when I first started, I did not have an audio interface. I would record stuff from my Volcas or the circuit here, whatever, into my phone, and I would do that with this silly little, I think it's a Movo MC3. I'll throw it in the description below what it actually is. But what it is it's just basically something that will take a sound from a headphone kind of jack and throw it into the phone as a audio signal. And so that allows me to plug this directly into my phone, and then plug in a cable like this into the sample, and then I could get audio into the phone of a somewhat decent quality. And if I had a synth that had proper left and right outputs, I had cables that were like left and right output to 3.5 millimeter output, which would let me slap these into the synth and this into that cable and get stuff on the phone. So when I first started, that's how I recorded. But then about 6 months into it, I started seeing basically SSL, which was a prestigious company. They built these big consoles back in the day that very famous records were recorded on. They released a hobbyist kind of audio interface, and then I saw some chatter about that on Reddit or whatnot, and started doing some research into audio interfaces. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe it sounds like using this to record is holding me maybe my sound back a bit. I'm gonna get a proper audio interface and see if it makes a difference. So first part, what I wanted to do today is I wanted to record. I got a number of different synths here. Some Volcas. We got the circuit. I got my main setup behind me. What I want to do is I'm going to record them directly into the PC. I got a couple loops and jams ready to go. Basically, I'm going to run through them, record them directly into the PC. I'm not even going to use the phone. I'm going to record them directly into a PC, into Reaper, without using my audio interface. And then secondly, I'm going to do the exact same thing using the audio interface. So we can hear with our own ears, same guy, same synths, how much difference does using an audio interface actually make versus just plugging it directly into the PC or phone and letting it rip. So that's going to test the audio quality. For the SSL2 itself, if you're wondering if it's a good device, I've quite enjoyed it. It's worked for me. The only issue I've had with it is the gain levels on input 1 and 2 are very significantly different. The gain on 2 is much more impactful and sensitive than 1. I have to crank 1 quite a bit to match like maybe half, or they're not even, and I'm not sure if that's designed or a flaw of my specific unit. That's the only bitch I've had against it. It's been solid. Like I said, I've had it for a year and a half. I've taken it out. My son has dropped it on the floor at least once, and it's survived. Maybe I could tell you the gain levels were like that out of the box. It didn't happen after my son dropped it on the floor. But anyways, let's do some testing of it. Let's see if it's worthwhile. The only other thing I wanted to mention with an audio interface, beyond the sound quality itself, when you're recording directly into a PC using its onboard sound card, and really, if you're wondering what an audio interface is, it's a fancy term for like an external sound card. That's all it is. It's a sound card. So it takes sound in from a synth or a microphone like this, like I'm using it right now, and it basically will take that sound and move it to the PC instead of using the sound card to do that same task. And with audio interfaces, the selling feature, if you're a sales guy, well, we've built a sound card that's specifically meant for recording. The ones on your computer, they're consumerist. They're not going to work as well as our audio interface. And where they're going to say it's going to be better is, well, for one, with the microphone, I'm using the preamp or the gain on it, so you can actually hear me. If I throw this directly into the PC, one, it's not going to work because I need phantom power that the audio interface is giving me, and two, I need some gain so you can actually hear what I'm saying, especially when I don't have my face smushed into the mic. Secondly, it's the delay. So if you're using an audio interface, it's going to have a delay. Pardon me, if you're using the sound card, the delay for when you make sound, for when it goes in, and the consistency of what you're playing, staying in that, not getting warped or moved around, is going to what I've heard, and what maybe we'll test out here is that's gonna, if you don't use an audio interface, you're gonna be all over the place. Whereas if you're using an audio interface, it should be somewhat aligned. So let's go do some testing and let's go have some fun.
All right, here we go. We got the Volca sample plugged in here, powered by the USB power bank, connected directly to the PC. Let's hear what it sounds like. Alright, let's try the same thing now using the audio interface. Alright, next up, let's give a circuit a spin here with the same test. Right now we have it connected directly into the PC, and we're powering out USB power. horrible hissing sound in the background? I do too. So I was kind of shocked when I first heard that hooking the circuit into the SSL2. And I'm going to skip forward ahead here because eventually I played around with the gain knobs back and forth a little bit and it fixed it, which was weird. I'm going to show you that now. So you see, just by me jigging those gain knobs around, I got rid of that distortion effect. Now I've heard the SSL2 doesn't like non-balanced cables, so maybe I ran into some weird unbalancing issue there, or who knows what, but yeah, I just thought I'd leave that in the video because I found it curious. But now you can actually hear what it should sound like with a proper audio interface. Same thing again, so I thought I'd try to mix it up here and try to come up with something interesting, and somehow I just managed to create chicken sounds on the circuit, so it didn't really turn out as I was hoping. Alright, let's try the ModWave now directly into the PC. And now let's try it with the audio interface. Well, that was fun. Let's give the good old Volca FM a spin next. Now this is interesting because this is max volume on the Volca FM and it's a very low signal direct. So this is one place where I would like to have my audio interface where I could add some gain to get it at a better recording level. Alright, let's see what the SSL2 can do. And then once again, trying to make something cool, I found out how to turn my Volca FM into some sort of demonic audio Ouija board. Alright, let's run my main setup direct to the PC and see what we get here. That dropout was not on me, so that's interesting. I wonder if my PC just lost a connection there with the sound, but interesting. One of the areas where the reliability may come in be a factor. Alright, let's give it a try with the audio interface now.
So, in summary, yeah, if you can swing it, I think it's definitely worthwhile to get an audio interface. Just doing this experiment on my own after using the SSL2 for a year and a half, it was painful not using it. I'm not going to get rid of it after doing these tests. It's not a eureka moment where audio interfaces are a waste of money and you don't need them. They definitely help. Are they essential? Listen to the recordings for yourself. If that extra bit of money is not going to come easy to you to get that level of convenience, don't feel bad if you can't swing it. You can definitely, I think, make it work kind of without it. But if you can swing it, I think it's definitely going to help you out for making it at least easier to record, let alone maybe get a bit better results. I'll let your own ears make that judgment for you, but also take my words of advice there too, of just the easiness of recording versus some of the hazards I ran into with direct recording without it. Anyways, hope that helps. As always, throw any questions or whatnot down below, and I'll get to them as I can. And I hope to see you guys soon, and thanks again. Oh, I do have one more thing. Let's see. I got one of these, so if you stuck around so far, let me hold it steady for you. Hopefully that's not backwards. It's showing backwards for me. There's a Korg software bundle code. If you do nab that, just check a comment down below so other people can check and not waste their time copying and pasting that into the Korg site and wondering where all the codes are. But yeah, there you go. Okay, I hope to see you guys soon, and once again, thank you for stopping by.